Three things before I start this little article response, which I honestly have not done one in some time. I can't even use the haven't done this in a while meme. It really has been some time. First of all, I finally beat Disgaea 5. The main story, at least. That shit was way more worth entertaining than most games I played in the year of 2025. It's just too bad my initial introduction to the series is part of a dark past that I'm not going to really elaborate on. Musical choices aside, what a fucking game. It's just too bad that the aunties will view it as Satan's suckhole because the girls in there look a little too young, but I'll fucking digress. Number 2, if people want to go on about how dubs are inaccurate, explain to me why people are heartbroken over the fact that we have now officially lost all of the casting members of Team Rocket from Pokemon. I absolutely cannot stand the fucking game, let alone the anime, but I'm not dumb. People like Pokemon. Whether you like the English or Japanese dub or whatever in between, it's not a transgender joke. There are languages besides English and Japanese. 4Kids was fucking terrible though. I'm not gonna change that. And yes, the Pokemon movie dub was fucking terrible, but I like to think that even the English dub of Pokemon of all things can break people's childhoods when their favorite voice actors pass away. It's from an English dub, so it's not a faithful translation. Shut up. There's a lot of details I might have missed in that rant I've done a while ago talking about that double standard again. And I think it's finally time to know what the fuck the word gooning means, because I found an article that finally explains it to me in ways I can't believe my eyes. Gfinity esports.com. I saw this on a social media website, and it also comes from the same social media website where people are actively expressing their disdain for Street Fighter 6's swimsuit costumes. No. No, 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 no. I can't even say the word in a straight face now. You fucking British cigarettes always hype the fuck up about how characters like Lady D are God's gift to women and how Street Fighter 6 is back, baby. You can't complain about these fucking swimsuit skins.
You are all scum.
And I mean it. Shut up. Gooner skins, the hilarious and profitable future of gaming? Are Gooner skins the future of gaming? Wow, it's almost as if sex appeal it's always been a thing. It's just a matter of, is it tasteful or not? And no, it's not whether the cake is tasteful, is that if the media in question is tasteful. Something like Beastars I would consider more than tasteful if it's fan service, and there's not even much of it anyway. And not just because of the fucking anthropomorphic show. Fucking... I'm not gonna fucking talk about it. As someone who doesn't want to play Elden Ring, I really don't want to have to say what I want to say about people who judge Beastars, because that's literally throwing glass houses at stones and shit. Studios are cashing in this hilarious trend. Well, no shit. People see games like Bayonetta become ever so lovingly popular. Sure, let's take the easy way out. At least if I know who to blame, we can look at Felicano Mondigo III. And no, it's not doxing. It's literally on the fucking article headline or whatever. So, can't say it's doxing. I'm also pretty sure that when people write articles, you say who it's written by. Unless you want to have it say it's written by Rusty Shackelford. Let's face it, there have been a lot of summer-themed skins this month, and they certainly have a crowd of redacted players who love this kind of thing. It's almost as if it's the summer? What a shock! It's summertime? Usually things associated with summer is the beach, tropical resorts. No fucking shit. But remember, when Dead or Alive did this, everybody complained. Gooner skins, oh my fucking god, are shaping up to be a prime profitable venture for gaming for the past few months. Well, considering that people will literally buy anything that has a attractive female character dressed up in essentially a skimpy outfit, it's no surprise. Now, I do hope that this article will actually mention the other aspects of fan service, particularly with how males do it and how fan service is not just a sexual thing, but a throwback sort of thing. Kind of like with a certain From Software video game that is Dark Souls. They have been the subject of countless headlines as players gush over their favorite characters' attractive outfits. Yeah, and almost all these characters are either based on old characters that have existed long before and have gotten an overhaul in their design, or it's in a video game that just happens to be shit. In this particular case, Marvel Rivals and Street Fighter 6. Look, I'm not going to diss on Marvel Rivals too much because I know that it's a game that a lot of people like, even though it's just a third-person Overwatch objective, team-based gameplay, I guess. But I will at least give it credit in that it actually kind of brought back the spark that made people like Marvel in the first place. And not just because of the Avengers and shit, but actually being the thing that essentially combines all of the best parts of Marvel. I think Stan Lee would have been pretty proud of it, if I'm going to be honest. And I don't say that lightly, especially since I'm not really a big Marvel guy, but even just seeing the base aspect of Marvel Rivals, I think it does his work pretty damn well. It's just too bad it's in a free-to-play environment. If it actually had the thing that games used to have, I think it would be something that would actually make me want to play it. Games like Star Wars Battlefront 2 exist for a reason. It can have both excellent single-player offerings as well as multiplayer. What a shock. I'm not going to get into the fucking whole free-to-play aspect. Surprisingly, this strategy has already gaining momentum from studios, and it has slowly evolved into a business model that generates a sizable profit for their respective titles. Dramatic sentences aside, that is a no fucking brainer. It's like when Call of Duty tries to copy Fortnite, even when people got mad at Call of Duty for the longest time saying that it's been unoriginal, and then when Call of Duty tries to do something different, oh no, not like that. Problem with this fan service crap is that, first of all, they're in shitty games, and I don't care if Marvel Rivals, as I praised it, it's still a free-to-play game, as with Overwatch. At least when it was, but even then, it was just a online-only, multiplayer team-based game. That's not fucking good enough for me. And do I really need to go on about Street Fighter 6? Like, even Street Fighter 5 had its fair share of gooner skins, but let me just remind you that even Capcom censored Rainbow Micah, and people got mad at that until people just stopped complaining about it and then just unanimously praised because Capcom made fighting games great again. Yeah, I'm using the Donald J. Trump message that Shinji was used by other presidents, but let's not get too political. And also, with the other main problem with this fan service crap is that the games themselves have no fucking substance. If something like this Gaia were to have fan service in it, with its costumes and shit, it would still be the icing on what's already good or not. But again, Dead or Alive did the same shit with its fan service, and people got mad at that. Summer-themed outfits other... Wow, I can't even fucking speak correctly. No shit, they're not rare. It's a seasonal event. Seasonal? If you play an MMO and it has a summer theme, whoa, holy shit, this MMO is gooner bait. Why the fuck do people throw words around like pedophile and now gooner? This is like the modern day equivalent of cooties. I said cooties. Fuckers. Now the word is gooners. And yes, I'm aware that people will find some buzzword from some influencer I've literally never even heard of and just spread it like some fucking Chinese disease that's putting a lot of people into despair and shit. But what the actual fuck? It's not a rare thing. It's a yearly thing that people do. Shocker. The fan service that they choose to have in the media just happens to be shit. Having cosmetic skins for a game like Tekken 8 or Street Fighter 6 is not going to magically change my mind. I hate to say it, but I'm pretty sure there's other sites you can use to get your fixes for these skins for free. And I'm not going to really get into that, but if you know, you know, but still. But people who actually think that summer-themed outfits aren't rare, what the fuck? You're retarded. No fucking shit. It happens every fucking year. This shit ain't leap year, but whatever. Every game seems to have a selection of skimpy clothing with exposed skin. Oh, you mean like Bayonetta? that fucking image that made people pissed off, they don't care anymore. You people are retarded for that too. I certainly don't care for Bayonetta, but you can't take back what you already praised because it wasn't your ideal version of a woman. Even back in the 90s and early 2000s, fan service did not exist that long. Shut up. However, with the technological leaps when it comes to visuals and graphics, video games now look almost realistic with barely any room for uncanny valleyness. This sentence doesn't really make any sense to me. It's a video game. They can make their characters however the fuck they want. I don't have an issue with developers expressing themselves or designers or directors expressing themselves, okay? They can make their characters however the fuck they want. They can make their characters look however the fuck they want. I don't have a problem with that. You can do whatever the fuck you want, fam. My problem is that the game still has to be good and engaging. I'm gonna have to go back to this guy for this. I really hate to use it, but like, this game, at least most of them, from what I've read up and mainly played, they're consistent in their gameplay and have stories that make you engage and characters that are likable for the most part. I'm sure there might be a game or two up in the series that might be its biggest dud since Edud in Metal Gear Solid 2. Another English dub line, by the way, but we're not going to talk about that again, are we? You can make your games however the fuck you want, but it's not immune to criticism, and the fact that people want to use the criticism or shield it in favor of what exactly, I don't get it. Me criticizing the fan service in something like Dark Souls or Street Fighter doesn't mean I'm a sexist pig or that I'm not a true gamer because I don't follow the herd or whatever. It's fucking bullshit. There are plenty of gaming IPs and other shit that do fan service infinitely better than just Street Fighter 6 or Dark Souls. And if you want to know more, you're gonna have to actually talk to me about it instead of calling me insults and shit. You're on my plane now. I'm not in your plane, you're in my plane. There's a difference. Now sit down and shut up. Fan service has been around since literally Adam and Eve, but I'm not even gonna get into that historical, religious bullshit. People have literally spun the narrative of fan service ever since fucking Dragon Ball. Do we need to go back to Chi-Chi's armor again? Oh, but that's problematic because Chi-Chi is a young girl in there, and that's a no-no. Nowadays, gooner skins have been rampant, especially with live service games. Oh, no, really, because usually those live service games are 99% of the time free to play. Seriously, no offense to people who actually like this shit, but I don't care for games like Zenless Zone Zero, The First Ascent, or whatever bullshit that's in there. I seriously rather play something like Bayonetta again, since those games, yes, they have fan service. Maybe it's tasteful, I guess, and there's actual unlockable costumes that can give more replay value than you can shake your six at. Money is the root of all evil for a reason, whether it's the cause or the effect of it. And yes, I know someone's going to say, well, it's a free-to-play game, so I don't see the issue in a game giving you skins you can buy for a couple bucks. There's so many fucking games that you can play for free and don't have to spend a single cent on, but whatever. I'm too tired, boss. I shouldn't have to fucking explain myself when that's just a really shitty mindset, honestly. Developers and designers have realized there is a growing market for these kinds of costumes. Oh, you mean like Dead or Alive? And what better way to capitalize it than to strike while the iron is hot? I feel like there's a missed joke in there, but whatever. This is certainly the case with Blizzard's Overwatch 2, which is funny because Blizzard actively made sure to lock down the character models so that people can't directly rip the models and turn them into essentially pornos and shit, which is literally the only reason why people even play Overwatch now, is to see what new hero comes out, just so that the gooner artists can find new material to work with, whether it's tasteful or not. But seriously, compared to Street Fighter 6, Overwatch's lifeguard outfits, these are actually pretty damn tame. And look, there's actually a male character that has an outfit, so are we going to actually address how fan service isn't exclusively to women, or is it just going to be about how the women get more TNA compared to the men? Fan service is not a fucking gender exclusive thing. This person does know this, right? The game remains one of the most polished hero shooters FPS titles on the market. and boasts a collection of iconic skins for characters like Diva, Reinhardt, Kiriko, and Mercy.
Right.
Yet Blizzard is not shy about giving players what they want. Characters in bikini tops, swim trunks, or boxers. If Blizzard knows what players want, Blizzard wouldn't actively try to lock down the in-game models so that people can't rip the models from Overwatch 2. I'm gonna guess they've already found a way to do this, though. These people, no matter how horny they are, they always find a way. From Kiriko's lifeguard skin to McCree's casual summer attire, these cosmetics have attracted a new type of gamers. Yeah, gamers, TM, with a Y in it. Turning many what into the internet hilariously calls gooners in the process. All because there's sexual appeal in media as a whole. And is particularly based around the theme of summer. This is why I can't take anyone who unironically used the word gooning as an insult to anyone who likes anything that's remotely sexual. These people have tarnished so many words online, including the word pedophile and even grooming, but I'm not going to really get into that because that's kind of more not my lane of things to speak on. But unfortunately, gooning is part of that. So yeah, fuck all of you. But Overwatch 2 isn't alone in its market. Oh really? Are we going to talk about Dead or Alive? I hope so. NetEase's Marvel Rivals has also joined in the latest wave of paid summer theme skins. Ah! Summer themed wave skins! Gooner bait! Okay, seriously, it's summer themed. No shit. Usually during the summertime, these companies who make these fucking skins, they tend to have a common theme. Bikinis, two-piece swimsuits, one-piece swimsuits. Not that one piece. Fuck you. This shit is so dumb. Of course they're gonna have these designs. It's just that you're using in games that are popular, and that's it. It ain't that deep, but yet these people want to make it like it's this shocking revelation. Just last month, players were buzzing about Luna Snow's beach outfit. I thought this said Jon Snow for a second. God, this is so retarded. Like, next year, when this game self-shives, we're going to be getting another wave, no pun intended, of summer-themed cosmetics, because that's the thing that usually sells the most, because you fuckers proved that sex sells, and it literally shows, and bikinis over can be seen as a sign of sexuality. But oh wait, we can't look at something like summer so sexually because you people just be out of this fucking weirdos who've seen anything and everything is sexual. But you'll certainly bottom out the moment that Luna Snow's beach outfit comes up because, oh look, it's a shot of her ass. But we can't use that to degrade women because in Resident Evil 5, the first thing you see in the game of Sheva is her ass, which means that it degrades her character as a whole. How dare they? Or even when Nintendo did the exact same shit with Samus in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, where you see an ass shot. How dare Nintendo degrade one of female's best characters in history? Fuck Nintendo.
Don't do the Super Zero Suit other M Samus where every single shot has to be of her butt. Legit, that's all that they thought of at Team Ninja at that point in time when Samus became a sex goddess. And they were just like, guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna make her tits the size of freaking watermelons and her ass the size of like a state, and
a state.
Little boys are just gonna like just eat it up because she's now so sexy.
Have you seen the initial Super Smash Bros. Brawl reveal trailer? How they introduced Samus Zero Suit? They literally, the first shot of Zero Suit Samus is her ass. It's so disgusting. I thought Nintendo was all about family friendliness, but no, we're gonna have a fucking character that's actually really interesting and is a badass female character, something we need more of, and we're just gonna turn her into a sex icon.
How dare Nintendo degrade one of female's best characters in history? Fuck Nintendo. I can't wait to buy the new Mario Kart World. Here's your money, Nintendo. NetEase has also doubled down with a beach-themed Psylocke, which, to be fair, she was the original Gooner bait. Just look at Capcom when they did that shit. You fuckers are all retarded. All of you. Loki in swim briefs, and even the Thing in thong. Citation needed. And again, it's a seasonal event. No shit. Fighting games have also capitalized on this shit. Oh boy, are we finally going to talk about Dead or Alive? I can't wait. Bandai Namco, that's Namco to you. Whatever fucking gender this fucker goes by. Tekken 8 had fans drooling over Jin Kazama in swim trunks. Wait a minute. They misspelled Jun. I mean, what the fuck is the Jun command? Can somebody tell me? Oh wait, I might be on the verge of a ban, so let me know my role and shut my mouth. And Lydia in a skin-tight bikini. Okay, I guess that's all we're getting with that. Street Fighter 6 followed suit, offering summer skins for Cammy, Chun-Li, Jamie, Luke, and others. If we're going to be getting seasonal costumes, I really wish that Capcom would go back to their old ways of distributing costumes, at least in Street Fighter 4, where every fucker got a fucking costume. Yes, I know Ryu got more costumes compared to Poison and shit, but at least when Capcom had costumes added in Street Fighter 4, at least everybody got one. Everyone. In their games now, though, nobody gets everything. Fuck you. Adding eye candy to an already engaging fighting game experience. Street Fighter 6 is not what I call engaging. You fuckers are just so desperate that you call anything good because it has fucking breasts and shit. Capcom is doing you fuckers dirty twice and you just don't know it. But when I say something, I'm in the wrong. Ugh. And yeah, I'm gonna throw that word down mercifully and uselessly too. Because you fuckers will call anything good as long as it has breasts and shit. Fuck you. Street Fighter 6's latest selection of outfits might potentially fund the next entry of the series. Yes, because Capcom isn't known to quickly rush out games because of money, am I right? What happened here? It's clearly a case of growing demand for skins designed to spark just the right reactions in players' brains. Dead or Alive did this exact same thing. Across genres and studios, developers seem to have struck gold with the skimpy, risque cosmetics because many players enjoy having a little visual indulgence in their games, which would be fine if the games are actually good. And I'm sorry, but Marvel Rivals, a free-to-play game with paid cosmetics that are clearly pandering to one particular sex. And don't tell me that women can also enjoy these things, because sex can go both ways. And it seems that they're talking a lot more about the women appeal, but what about the men? And the literature word of fan service. Fan service is not a one-gender lane. And also with Street Fighter 6, yeah, it's just a shitty game, period. Even if Mr. Sparrow might be on the nose of how dumbed down the game is. Yes, it's slightly better in content than what it has to offer compared to Street Fighter 5, but it's still a piece of shit. And you're not going to convince me otherwise. And what better way to keep that momentum going, I would have loved if they said keep that same energy, but I digress, than by releasing some of the hottest skins ever seen in video games. Yes, because a shitty fighting game, a promising free-to-play game that's just honestly not my taste, and another shitty free-to-play game now converted to by a studio who used to make tasteful media and shit, is clearly the trifecta of what the world needs. Look, I do like Pirate Nation, or at least liked, because I haven't been on the Abyss unless I have to find some specific screenshots and shit, like when I talk about G-Man and him going against the whole Resident Evil 4 remake shit. But what I want in gaming is not just women with big tits or whatever fan service equivalent to whatever genders. I actually want a fucking game. If I want to watch a fucking porno, I'll watch a porno. Alright? Something like Street Fighter 6. A game that's an overcorrection to what Street Fighter 5 did, or a game like Overwatch 2, a game that was promised to have PvE but neglectfully turned down by Blizzard, them locking the model so that those damn dirty degenerate hornballs can't make pornos out of those characters. While calling gooner skins a future gaming might be a stretch, you kind of implied that, honestly. There is both humor and truth in the idea. Yes, we know sex sells, but if a game sucks, the game sucks, and no fucking harlots are going to change my mind on that. Games that take full advantage of willing, eager player base. That's totally not the range at all. I'm sorry, that's just fucked. That is actually fucked. Taking advantage of a player base is just as bad as taking advantage of a woman or a man or whatever. That's fucking... Why would you write that? That's fucked. You're essentially toying with someone's innocence. Don't do that. For skimpy cosmetics may have found a sustainable business strategy, one that thrives on a hilarious yet mutually beneficial relationship between creators and consumers. And that's the end of the article. The rest is a fucking plug for whatever articles on Gfinity. I almost got the name of the fucking article or website, by the way. That's pretty sad. Okay, let's do the post-game wrap-up of this shit. Yes, I know this video was infinitely longer than the last one I hyped up a bit, but article reading tends to do that. Shoot me.